NeverTellYourSecrets.com. Episode number
7.
Wow. Alright, so I wonder if the stories are going to be good today.
I don't know.
I'm sure they will be.
Oh!
That means that's the.
No, you're right.
Hey, we gotta make that one the one.
It escaped. Because how did it fly out of this bowl?
Dang, maybe that needs to be the thing. Like,
whichever one
catch
flies
one.
out.
There you go.
A magician. Spill your own confession.
Ooh.
Like one of ours?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Who
What?
wrote that? Who wrote that?
Well, wouldn't that
I didn't expect her to pull that one. There's other ones in there. But since I thought we'd do something a little fun, since we're always spilling other people's secrets, that we could each throw one of our own.
I don't want to sound like that girl, but I feel like
let me guess. You don't have any.
My parents are very much, they're the parents that raised me. Like, I know you're gonna go out and drink and do this, that, so might as well do it at home. Where
Right.
You're like,
Be responsible
Yes,
about
be
it.
responsible. Yeah.
Like I told Alexis when she got busted with marijuana on a bus at 7 years.
Why?
Girl, come on. At least pretend to not be guilty.
That's hilarious.
See?
So the first time I smoked weed, I was like in 7th grade.
How old was that?
That's like 12, 13
I was
years old.
15 the first time I smoked weed. I was in 9th grade. And it was out of a Coca-Cola can.
Yes.
With a little bitty fucking holes right there. I just remember laughing on the ground for like an hour and a half. And then, gummies.
I guess my confession is that when I was a freshman in college, I got caught with like a fuck ton of weed on me. They
Like
searched
how
my
much weed?
like okay,
Pounds?
maybe not pounds. Whoa. It was just like a fuck ton to
Pablo
me.
Escobar.
How'd you even obtain that? Because I just didn't know. It accumulates over time in my car. And
Accumulates over time.
because
What do you have, a factory in the back?
her car
A
was
fucking
growing
pasture full of
out.
weed that just starts to grow
My
and you forgot
trunk.
to harvest the
My trunk is just a little
That's
greenhouse.
it. That's why your car rolls around like that because they got pounds in the trunk. How much was it though?
It was like 10 grams. But
Oh,
to me,
okay.
it wasn't terrible. But to me, I was like, damn, that was a lot.
That's probably some dro, huh?
It was like, well, that's what I'm saying. It was an accumulation of things because a lot of it was, I had it in my little bag in my glove compartment. I forgot that I had it in there. And so I get, searched at my college dorm.
So you
my
had 10
parking lot.
grams left? So what'd you buy, an ounce at a time? That's almost a half ounce now.
She was a party animal.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hey,
She was the one that brought it to the party.
And then everyone just, feeds off me, whatever. Anyways. And I was on the phone, and I was about to go walk inside my dorm. A university cop pulls up on me.
They're the worst.
They're so different.
They're the worst.
Like, what?
It's like
Because-
they have a double heart on. I'm serious.
Other people walking around, there's other people, like it's a Friday night. Well, I know it's a weekend, Friday, Saturday. And like, I'm
Was
not
it
the
race
only
discrimination?
person. I was gonna say, you're a brown woman. Well, okay,
Yeah.
when this all went to court and stuff.
You were brown and a woman.
Yeah. The police officer first on me, he was like, your
It's
car
because
looked a
that's a
little
minority
suspicious.
car. I used to drive one of those too. They're badass, but
Yeah.
minority
First up.
drive.
That's what I'm saying. You got pulled over for being brown and a woman.
Yes,
and
and having a
having
badass car.
and having a nice car.
I wasn't even technically pulled over. Like, I was parked in a parking spot. He approached me and, like, came knocking on my window and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I got a ticket for possession of marijuana. That is my confession because I've never really told anybody unless, like, you ask.
Now you
It
just
comes
told
up.
everybody.
No, I just told
The
everybody.
entire world.
What happened with
So
the
they didn't
two
take
white
you to
people.
jail.
They didn't take me though.
Wow.
They did detain me though. I was in the back of the car.
They detain
I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, you were handcuffed?
Not handcuffed. He just put me in the back of the
Well,
car.
that doesn't count as detain. Well, I guess it does.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I
you
couldn't
can.
leave. He just didn't handcuff me. I was like, cool, whatever. Happened in 2020. I didn't get any notice of this ticket court.
Well, the
nothing
courts were
until-
closed.
Yes, until towards the end of 2021. So
Like 2 years later,
Yes.
you thought you just skated by.
That's exactly it. So I go this next year or two thinking that, fuck, I got away with it. He didn't turn in the ticket, something. My parents get a letter to my house here stating that I have court for XYZ. I remember my mom calling me so pissed off because I didn't tell her. This was 2 years ago. And I was like,
Hey, I was like, get over it. It happened 2 years ago.
I was
Sorry, I
like,
forgot to tell you 2 years ago.
that's news to
I thought
me.
they forgot too.
They forgot, so I forgot.
Yeah.
That put my entire 2020 year. I was on probation for like 10 months.
Ankle monitor and everything.
No ankle monitor.
Just
I just
kidding.
had to go report like
Yeah.
every month, take a drug test, yada yada yada.
So you had to be sober, or did you just get pee?
Okay, so I.
Sneak peek.
Okay,
So
so
I actually was sober for like 4 or 5 months.
Of the year?
Yes, because
The
I was.
first 4 months?
Yes.
Then you're running, you know what, I got this.
Scared.
I got this.
And it took me a long time to get clean because I would get like at-home drug tests to
Well, when
check.
you just accumulate 10 grams, I would think so.
Yeah.
If, like, you ever seen the show Cops or heard of it?
Mhm.
Where they're like, bad boy, bad
Yeah.
boy, what you gonna do? They could have had me on one of those.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're throwing a big ass house party, right? Probably about at least 50 to 100 of the high school students there.
Mhm.
I'm on the track team. I'm ranked top 20 in Texas. Very good, very athletic. Of course, we're popular. We're the ones throwing the party. Anyways, we run low on beer.
Mhm.
Okay, so me and I won't say a friend of mine because I make fun of him in this story. He's not a friend of mine anymore, or as of that day. Okay.
Oh.
So, anyways, so we're running low on our beer, and I had a contact at Albertsons, which is now like Market Street,
Mm.
and he was the one that would get us the beer and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'll roll and go get the beer. Okay. Well, the reason I bring up the track teams thing is there was a guy. I won't bring up his name either. We'll go ahead and keep him anonymous. Okay. He was trying to be cool. He was on the sports team. He wasn't very athletic or anything, but he was cool.
Mhm.
And he was like, hey, John, he's like, take my car.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. I didn't even ask him. And
Yeah.
He had like a Camaro Z28.
Ooh.
And this was in the 90s,
Little
right?
fast
So it was a badass car.
Badass car,
And he had a system in that bitch and everything. So I was like,
You're
all
like,
right,
shit,
fuck
hell
it.
yeah.
Toss the keys over, player. So he gave it to me. So me and my homeboy at the time, which it was his house we were throwing the party at, me, him, and another guy who was super cool who was a freshman. I want to say he was a sophomore and I was a junior, I think. And he was already on varsity.
Uh-huh.
So he was a good athlete. He was a young one. So he kind of took him under my wing. Even though I apologize, bro, your mom probably hates me after that happened. So anyway, he goes with us. So it's us three. So we're way the hell out west of town. Way cool. So we go to Albertsons, which is now Market Street, and we fill up the truck full of beer. We bought it and everything. We walk out. So we drive back. So as we're driving back, we're listening to music real loud, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then I had yet to punch the gas on this car.
Mhm.
And it's fast.
Mhm.
It's a Z28 Camaro.
Yeah.
And it's in good
That's
condition
it,
and all
you
that
go.
shit. So I was like, all right, cool. So, we're driving, and of course, being young, dumb, and full of blank. And there's normally not any traffic. We're behind a car, and he's just driving real slow. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna punch it, and then wait right before we get there so we can hurry up and get back to all the females and the beautiful women there at the party. So as I punch it the car, and I pass it going about 85, 90 miles an hour in a 55 zone.
Mhm.
It's a freaking undercover cop. We have beers open in the car.
Yes.
We have the trunk full. We're 15. I'm driving a car that's not mine.
Yeah.
I'm a young, good-looking Hispanic male driving a white dude's car. It's gonna look like I stole that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Well, homeboy gangster in the back.
Mhm.
He's like, yo, give me your beer.
Mhm.
Because I was driving.
Yeah.
He's like, give me your beer. I was like, cool. Like, without even guessing.
Yeah.
The other guy's already like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. I was like, even the young guy is acting cooler than you, bro. Like, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. You're making me nervous. I can't get in trouble. I can't get in trouble. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm 17. And I'm like, what the fuck does that matter?
For reals.
He's like, if we go to jail, I go to big boy jail.
Big boy.
I'm like, damn, boo, I don't want to go to any kind of jail. You know what I'm saying? None. At all. So I was like, just shut up. Or this guy starts tripping. He's like, just imagine how nervous you would get. And I'm pretty good and calm under pressure. But when somebody's just...
Yes. Scared
do that,
shitless.
yeah, so I'm like, you know what? So I pull over and I have the music loud, so I turn it down. And of course out there it's gravel.
Mhm.
So you shut it. I turn off, I don't turn off the car, but I turn off the music and I can hear
Yeah.
of the officer. I don't know what the fuck goes through my mind. I say, yo, y'all hold on. I turn the music up, I punch that bitch and fucking drive, and I peel out, and my car's like, or not my car, but that other dude's and you hear the gravel, and then the cops, oh, fuck.
Oh
fuck.
my God.
And I'm like, thinking I'm all badass, right? Like, I'm like, fuck it.
He thinks he's Don Toretto.
Before Fast and the Furious, I'm like, we're family. We're family. Thought process is we're all super athletic. It's like, let's get us a half mile out, abandon the car, and take off running.
Oh,
For real.
oh, it's
No
not
team
you.
can catch
catching a hold.
That, hey, that's
Nobody,
attractive.
first and foremost, nobody in fucking Odessa, Midland could catch me
Yeah.
anyways. I mean, I was top 20 in
I'm
Texas.
that
Yeah.
boy.
You give me a little bit of a head, I'm out. As soon as I turn, I'm gonna pull over, jump out, and I'll fucking take off.
Yeah.
Everybody run in a different direction.
Spread out.
For real. The guy's like,
Oh my God.
like that.
I fucking leave his ass. Like, bro.
Dude, I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, seriously, it's a felony. Like, just crying. I kind of swerved off the road a little and got onto the dirt. And then keep in mind, there was another cop coming. So when I got off the dirt, I didn't crash or anything, but I kind of lost control. They stopped me in the front and in the back, right? So then they pushed out with the fucking, the phones,
microphone,
or the
yeah.
microphones and the guns. They're like, get the fuck out of the car. You're resisting and evading arrest. So at that point, I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like this, right? So I got fucking cop lights behind me
Oh my
and in front of me.
God.
And this dude's like, oh, I told you I was a baby. Like just crying. I'm like, dude, you're a bitch. I'm not even trying to be like an asshole right now, but fuck it. I mean, I'm the one driving. Anyways, we're sitting there and I'm like, they're like, get the fuck out of the car. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I freaking open the car up. They get me out. Well, the first thing I do is take off my seatbelt.
Yeah.
They pull me out. They slam me on the ground. They start beating the shit out of me. They broke my ribs, everything. I swear. Boom, boom, boom. They start beating the shit out of me. So I'm sitting there getting the crap beat out of me. I look back, and Mr. It's a Felony, right? He didn't take his seatbelt off, and his window was down, and they're trying to pull him through the window, and they start hitting him. They're like, stop resisting. And they're getting poor dude. So I'm like getting my ass whooped, man. My ribs broken. I'm over here still laughing as I'm eating dirt. I'm like, this fool's like, I'm not resisting. And I'm like, you fucking bitch ass motherfucker. The good thing is the homeboy in the back, they got him out. They didn't do shit to him.
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of me and him. But you know, at the end of the day, it was just another typical Saturday. Went to the juvenile center. Yeah. And they took him to big boy jail.
That's
But the
crazy.
cool part, I mean, not that it's okay, right? I laugh back at these things because do I regret them? Not really.
Nah.
Would I do them
Yeah.
again? No.
No.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But I don't regret anything. Not everybody can take an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like some people stay traumatized on that shit, like
Yeah.
PTSD type deal.
Yeah.
And I'm saying outside of like military people, like it is traumatic, or I can understand how it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, at the same time, you shouldn't be putting yourself in situations like that, like I did. I mean, this guy got tired of beating the shit out of me.
That's crazy.
And then the other dude cried, it's a felony, and I'm not resisting, and he pissed his pants, all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
my God.
I was just like, bro, like,
Honestly, I would too.
put it this way,
Really?
he transferred schools the next week. Like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm glad that we had this opportunity to share about ourselves, because we all got stories. You know what I'm saying? We all got stories. We all got a past. It's not about bragging about it. It's about learning from it. And I mean, at that point, I was a young kid. I was 15. I already knew I was going to go to law school.
Yeah.
The reason I got a degree in psychology is to read juries, to be able to just learn people's behavior, how they are. Thank God that I was able to transition it into sales, which it applies about being able to read people's reactions, behaviors, things like that. Right now, and I told him, I said, look, I've never had my ribs broken. Like I've been a fighter since I was probably 13. So I'm 15, 15. I've already been in a couple dozen fights. Like I know what it feels like. I was like, I've never gotten beat up like this. Not because I never lose, but dude, it was excessive.
Yeah.
Like I gotta have something broken.
Yeah.
It hurts to breathe. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You did what you had to do. We'll see what a judge says.
Yeah.
You know, if a judge thinks that it was justified, then hey, I can't do anything. If he thinks otherwise, then you're going to be in trouble, and we're definitely going to press charges to the ultimate thing of the law.
Yeah.
And you do what you got to do to me. They dropped all the charges, so I never even got in trouble.
Dang.
Hell
That was-
yeah.
Besides the broken ribs, 'cause that's what the judge said. The judge said it was enjoyable.
Thank goodness for those.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, and it was one of those DPS guys, so they wear boots.
Yeah.
So imagine just boots being kicking the shit out of you.
And then he's a grown man, and you're like a
I mean, that was a pretty
15-year-old.
big. That was a pretty big deal.
Child.
It doesn't matter. You're 15. You're a child.
So I go to jail, and I'm thinking I'm cool, and they're doing push-ups. I'm
Like 50 Cent.
yeah.
Yeah. He's in there making an album.
I'm making a rap album, thinking I'm cool. Nah, I honestly didn't think I'm cool, but either way, so I stayed the night there. So the next day after I get out and all that, the guy with the Z28, well, I guess they impounded it. I don't know. I mean, I was too busy getting my ass whooped.
Yeah.
To know what happened
That's
with the car. I find out the next day my friend of mine to this day. We don't talk as much as we used to, but one of my best friends in high school. But anyways, he tells me that this cat shows up, okay, at his house the next morning because he walked. Imagine that distance has to be about 10 miles, probably,
Yeah.
more or less. The party ended up getting busted, so everybody ran.
Bruh.
And that's why a lot of people saw this guy crying that he wasn't resisting and it's a felony. It's not because I spread rumors. It's because everybody who scattered from the party,
Yeah.
some of them went by there and were seeing, me getting the crap beat out of me
Yeah.
and this guy freaking crying it's a felony. Because he ran from the cops, he was barefoot with his feet bleeding and shit.
Oh
And then
my
he knocks out my
God.
homeboy's window, right? My homeboy
Uh-huh.
opens the window up,
Uh-huh.
sees him, and he's like, "Hey man, can I get a glass of water?" And you know what my homeboy tells him? My homeboy tells him, he's like, "Yeah man." He's like, "The water hose is right there." And shuts the window on him. I was like, "Dude, you're cold-blooded, bro."
Crazy.
Anyways, y'all got something else you want to
Oh
share?
my God.
I've never been in trouble with the law or anything because,
Except in 7th grade.
but that wasn't with the law. I just got kicked out of school and they sent me
You
to,
had to go to the youth center. That's where I went to jail.
to the youth center.
That's
That's
the
what
place you were
that was.
going to. Yes. You just didn't sleep there because I knew somebody.
Oh, like, are you serious?
I swear to God.
Everyone else slept there.
I don't know who else was in trouble, but your ass was gonna have to sleep there.
Dang.
And I made sure that you just had to go to school there. You got lucky that your daddy was
Fuck.
influential a little bit.
And I was doing so good in that school. I was like, I should have gotten in trouble a long time ago because I'm doing
Because
so
you have
good.
no other choice but to sit there.
And there's only 6 kids in the class.
Because
You know what I mean?
they
That's
don't want
awesome.
you to get shanked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Every morning
give
they
me your
would
lunch
strip
money.
you down,
Really?
make it to your bra, your chones, and they would scoop under your bra and scoop your chones
Dang.
every single morning. And you would have to take your hair down to see if you have anything in your bun. And of course, since I've always had curly hair,
Yeah.
they were like,
Like getting in
like
there.
looking for license. I'm like, God damn.
Carrying a gun.
I have done something bad as a teenager.
What?
I did do something bad, but I didn't get caught. Nobody knows about this.
What?
You're
Like,
about to know.
nobody knows about this. I don't think I've told anybody this because I felt so like,
Ooh, evil.
I felt so like a evil genius. Okay, so one time I was like maybe 16 or 17. Okay, I was going through my stuff and cleaning my stuff, and I had a long receipt from Walmart. A long receipt. It was faded or whatever, but it was long. So me being a teenager, I thought, okay, let me go grab a bunch of Walmart bags that I know my mom keeps in her laundry room.
I have a feeling I know what you did.
Yeah, I stuffed them in my purse. I went to Walmart and started pulling shit off the shelves and putting them in the
That were
Walmart
on the
bags.
receipt?
No,
Oh.
the receipt was faded. So I have at least 15 Walmart bags stuffed in my purse right now. So I walk in with a basket. I'm shopping through Walmart. I'm grabbing clothes, shoes, makeup, beer, like all types of shit. Okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I was like 16 and I was already like drinking. So like,
Yeah.
but I knew I was gonna go home in like the pool room. What is it called? The pool house.
Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
outside house that's like for the pool.
Yeah.
I was gonna go in the pool house, get drunk, throw up down the stairs, and like go to sleep. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
nothing
okay?
crazy.
But I'm putting Four Locos in that bitch.
Not the Four Locos.
Yes, the old English 40s, those
Yeah.
big 40s. I was putting that in there because I'm 16. You drink all the bullshit.
Yes.
Whatever gets you
Whatever.
drunk.
Yeah.
Fast.
A few times I threw up was on Oli.
Oh, that was. I peed myself in the car. On OB. What a 16-year-old
Yes.
girl wants. Like
Yeah.
this stupid
Snacks.
shit.
Snacks.
Yeah, no, not even. Like, stupid shit, okay? And I put it in the basket. I walked right past the self-checkout. Like, I walked through it.
Yeah.
So they think that I went through the self-checkout.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you got your receipt? I showed it to him, and he literally says, wow, you got a lot of stuff in there. And looks at my cart, and I was like, yeah. I was like, you know. Of course, with the beer and stuff, I double backed it.
Yeah.
And kind of tucked it at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because
So
I think,
at a glance,
obviously,
you
when
can
you're
see.
16, you look 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and he was like, wow, you got a lot of stuff. Mind you, my heart starts racing. I was like, bro, this is it.
Yeah,
Like,
so
this is
pressure.
Right here.
like everyone else can get away with scamming, scheming,
Yes.
stealing, but me, I'm gonna be the one to set the example. I'm gonna
Yes.
go on you. Fuck no. He was like, all right, have a good day. I walked out that bitch skipping.
He came up.
We up.
That's actually kind of genius.
Yeah, because they really don't look.
No.
They
So
really
she didn't
don't.
see the old highlighter mark.
There wasn't a
I-
eyeliner mark. It
Well, I'm
was
just
just
saying, I just
it.
talk shit because normally when they look
I
at the
think
belt,
it went
they'll
through
put
the
a little
dryer.
mark on there.
And it just kind of fades
I
out.
know,
and
that's
it
not the
doesn't
point. The
recede.
point dumbasses at the door that literally just put a highlighter.
Yeah.
Pretend that they fucking look at your shit. Alright guys, well that's episode number 7. Your co-host
Alexis.
Bella.
and John Madrid. Make sure to like, share, comment, follow, all that good stuff, and submit your stories so we have good ones to talk about.
Don't let us just be embarrassed here by ourselves, yeah.
Right here.
Alright guys, we'll see you later.
Bye.